When I move, you move just like that. That's what you want to do? You, you're under the weather, but when I move, you move just like that. Let's try this again. Ready? One, two, one, two, three. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Check your connection. Are we live? Are we live? Do I need to connect it? What is going on? If you cannot hear me, let me know. Give me a shout out in the comments or something. If you cannot hear us or if our connection is gone, y'all do. We are live. We are live. Good evening, and good evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome. It is a beautiful day in Zamunda. As always, we want to thank you for coming and tuning out with us.
Excuse my mess, but it is a messy bun day.
It's a messy bun day. She's under the weather. Half six. This is called okay. Fuck you, Shaw. I love you though. This is called an adult slushy.
Girl Pam is under the weather.
Girl Pam is. Anyway, I want to say thank you. Shaw Mims said he can hear my ass loud and clear. That's what I need to hear. We are in the house tonight. It is Girl Pam and I. How you doing, Girl Pam?
I'm sick.
Well, tell the people hello. But tell the people hello.
People, I'm sick, so excuse me. I'm under the weather and it's close week.
Poor
so
baby.
Let's be in prayer for Girl Pam.
We're going to keep her lifted up in prayer. I'm going to lift her from the bottom. Y'all lift her from the top. And we're going to meet in the middle. Okay, anyway, we hope things are going well. Other than it being close week, you know, in the world of finance and accountants, close week is the hardest week of the month for them. And it is the month most likely to get on my damn nerves.
Which she has already tried and tested me on the first day of close week.
No, I think you tried and tested me. No, I think you tried and tested me. Okay. We're gonna let I'm gonna let you have that. I don't understand what is going on right here. I'm gonna let you have that. Other than that, is your week going well?
As well as I don't know why the Lord.
Y'all keep me lifted in prayer.
Me to be sick during close week, but it's okay.
I'm sick too.
I am an accountant, tried and true. It's gonna take a little bit more than this to get me down to not make my deadline. But
oh gosh,
Lord is testing me.
Anyway, look, guys. It is so much that goes on in the world every day, every week. So much we want to talk about. And I made a post about what this week's podcast will be. Y'all, I gotta go to the barbershop. I'm trying to let my hair grow. But these grades are kicking my ass. It's showing my true age. I'm still sexy in the motherfucker. Look at that. Fake skin a little dry. I need a little love. The focus is me. I am sexy. Oh, it should be the focus. Always let me be the focus, people. Anyway, there is so much doom and gloom in the world, and we discuss it all the time. And I was going in one direction at the beginning of the week because there was so much going on. But some things hit my inbox, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this one segment, and then I'm going to move on to other things because I really want to get you guys' opinion on this. So the first topic for me tonight, as you all can see, I don't know what's going on with the music behind me. Pandora's tripping. The first thing I want to talk about tonight was the cousins. So these ladies, I don't know if you guys have heard it in the news or not. These ladies went, Tanya said, please tag her on the live. You know, her mind is bad. These ladies were first cousins, as I will say past tense, as one of them is deceased. Two ladies are deceased from the situation. However, they had been beefing on social media. And I know we tell people all the time, especially young people, about beefing on social media and it's spilling into the streets because that's normally when blood sheds. So these young ladies were laughing and joking and talking on social media maybe a month or so back. And then they got into it about who knows what. And then the two ladies that were beefing with the other lady drove to her house, went on live while they were headed to her house, got on live. And once they got on live and started cackling and all this other BS, told her they were coming to her house supposedly to beat her ass. Well, they get to the woman's house and she comes outside with a gun. They're sitting on top of her SUV and she's telling them, get off my truck, get off my car. And she's warning them with the gun in her hand, saying that I'm going to shoot you. And of course, they're like, you ain't going to do nothing, da, 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 da. Well, next thing we know, she has shot them both point blank range. One is seen, I'm not going to show the video. One is seen laying on the ground, pleading for help and asking for forgiveness. I believe that one died on the scene, the other one was taken to the hospital and later died. And so when we first heard this story a few days ago, we really didn't know what to make of it. But then once we went back and started hearing the comments and seeing the young lady's brother, I don't know if it was her blood brother or just a close family friend, saying how he had always been the mediator and always tried to bring peace into the family, and that this is the one time that when they called him, he did not answer. He chose to say no. He chose to stay out of it. And this is the one thing that he regretted, because two women wound up dead. At the initial point of contact of this situation, this young lady was not charged. However, she was being questioned by the police. So I'm going to start there. Girl Pam, what do you think about this situation?
Let me say this.
Okay. Y'all know whenever she say, let me say this.
Well, I have two first cousins. Well, I have more than two first cousins, but I have two first cousins that are near and dear to my heart. We were raised, one of us, the two of us were raised like sisters. One of them, we're 7 years apart, and the other one, we're 6 months apart. I am older than she is. But we were raised up in our grandmother's house like we were sisters. And one of them is the peacemaker, the one that's 7 years old. I always call her the peacemaker. She is just like her mother. She tries to keep the peace between the three of us. Because me and the one that are 6 months apart, we butt heads.
And when I say they butt heads, they butt heads like sisters.
We literally are like sisters. We butt heads all the time. So the other one always is trying to keep the peace. And I admit that there was a couple years that me and the one that butt heads.
Hey, Duchess.
Did not speak for a while, but at no point in time did we ever think about going to knock on the other one's door and pulling out a gun to fight.
Right.
Because our grandmother raised us as blood was thicker than water. We might not have spoke, but I know during those years, if somebody else was trying to get the other one, it was not going to happen. Right. I was contacted by several other persons about my cousin. I said, look, don't approach me about my cousins. Do not step to me and ask me anything about my cousins. That's not what we're going to do. Don't ask me no questions. I don't talk about them. That's my family. But at no point in time would I ever think about going to fight them or going to harm them, because they are blood. We were raised that way. The Fergusons do not play. We were raised like sisters. So no matter what it was, our grandmother always told us to try to talk it out. But I would never.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
I would never try to go harm the other one. And the one that was the peacemaker, she is like the angel that's sitting on the sofa. Y'all don't be like that. She would always try to talk it out between the two. I don't know what she told the other one, but she would always tell me, well, talk it out. Maybe she didn't mean it that way.
Right.
She would always try to be the peacemaker. And I will say that it has worked. Me and this cousin that I always bumped heads, we are closer than ever before. It's like the little distance has never happened. So I am thankful for the peacemaker. But I can say that I would never go pick up a gun to go and harm this.
Yeah.
my blood cousin.
As Mr. Johnson said, good evening, everyone. Keisha, Shaw, Cynthia, what's up, neighbor? Tarsha, yes, this was in Mississippi. Yes, two of the girls were first cousins. Mr. Johnson says, I have washed my hands of some. Lakeisha Perkins said, it's me, y'all. I'm her. Hey, cuz.
Yes, and Tarsha, Lakeisha is the one that butt heads. We are.
No, she is not the peacemaker. Keisha is the set it offer. Keisha is AB number 2. She is
the one that I butt heads with.
And that's the one, yes. That's the one she butts heads with because she is the set it offer.
But when I tell you, Lakeisha used to fight for me, people didn't. I don't know.
Your mama used to be about to beat your ass, man. Oh no, Keisha mama used to be about to beat her ass because she was fighting for you.
Yes, people would.
Hey, Pirka.
We could even get.
Want to say hey?
People could try to fight me all the time in elementary school. But before they could get the words out that they didn't like me, Keisha was coming behind my back and beating their butt. When we walked into grandma's house, Keisha was getting a whooping because she was always fighting for me, and her mom would always say, "Why are you always fighting for her? Let her fight for her." And Keisha didn't have no understanding. They ain't gonna be fighting my kids have no understanding. But we have always
I would never think. I don't care what's going on unless my cousin had approached me physically, violently with a gun prior to, just to think that they would. That she would walk outside, even though if you come, let me look at the camera. If you come to my house to fight me, I'm coming outside with my gun too. However, as cousins, I would think that we could make some kind of amicable decision and be better at this. Cynthia Dawson says, girl, Pam, you telling my story. Not speaking to my cousin right now, but I will defend her mess. Girl, I didn't expect to read that. I will defend her messy ass no matter what. It's just my turn. I wouldn't dare take it to that level. Okay, let me tell a little bit of my story. So I am the oldest cousin of all of the cousins. The oldest grandchild, so I'm the oldest cousin. And I can't tell you how many cousins we have because although it's not but 6 Burton, Frank and Louise Burton lineage, hell, them mugs is multiplying and dividing times 2. So I have so many first and second cousins, it is ridiculous. And so me being the oldest grand, I was the only grand for almost 14 years. So me being the oldest grand, and that means that my children are the oldest great grands. And so my family is close. We'll get into it or we'll say what we need to say, but it's never been to a fight, although I did try and choke my aunt out one time and I fought my aunt. That's neither here nor there. So stay focused. But to think, if my mother and her siblings knew that their children were fighting to the point that it became physical or violent, they would have a sit down with us and probably put our big asses across their knees if they could. And they would nip it in the bud and they would make us hash it out. And I just couldn't imagine being to the point of wanting to kill a cousin. Even if I was saying, all right, I'm out here with a gun, you better get off my shit, I'm going to shoot. But to shoot somebody, because I believe one of the girls, Mr. Johnson, let me know in the comments if I'm correct. One of the girls, I believe she shot in the head. These are first cousins.
It would hurt my heart more.
I wouldn't be able to, yes.
I don't think I would live myself to know that I killed my cousin because
no. And this girl to kill 2 girls.
Keisha is the first cousin that I butt heads with, and I used to tell you when we wasn't talking.
Tarsha, stay focused.
That how much it bothered. Remember I used to tell you how much it
bothered me? She did. And Duchess, I got the message. That's who she is. When you all were not talking, it bothered her. When you all get mad at each other and go on radio silence and don't be responding right now, I'm the one. Just like y'all have to hear the mess about me from her, I have to hear the mess about y'all from her. And she's like, I don't know why she's not texting and she's not responding. Well, forget it. And then next thing I know, they back talking. It's just, y'all are more like siblings than cousins, and y'all just butt heads. And I understand Keisha because Keisha and I are so much alike.
And like you said, we like each other first.
Keisha, help me out, please. So put you all's story in the comments. Let me hear what that family member or what that cousin did to you that would make you. I don't think anybody I know could be pushed to the brink of wanting to kill their cousin, but I'll cut anybody off. I'll cut cousins, daughters, children, mama. I'll cut you off before I let you take my piece. Yes, Sharika, they were first cousins.
You remember I told
Keisha
will put you in
Keisha will put you. Keisha
said
told me, that girl said, laugh my ass off. She know I'll do not disturb her ass quick. But that's my boo though. I don't be getting that do not disturb and blocking.
She will put you on that in a minute. Keisha, you better not put me on do not disturb. No.
Put her on do not disturb and text me so I can tell her that she on do not disturb. So I can laugh.
When I don't get a response, I know I'm on do not disturb. That's why Pickle be blocking you right there.
Y'all, let me tell you how petty they are. Hey, Jonathan Elson, let me tell you how petty they are. So Keisha, her first cousin, said, I'll put your ass on do not disturb quick. Well, Pickle, who y'all just saw standing behind me, will take herself out of the group chat with me and her damn mama when she mad at her mama. And I be like, and I don't have no understanding. Although the kids, I guess, take me out of that group chat all the damn time.
That ain't even the pettiest. Shayla, when she is not talking to me, she will take my name out her phone and it'll just show up as my number. And I'm like,
I swear to God, if I didn't,
it just show up as my number.
If I didn't know better, I would think that Shayla was my child.
Yes. And so she does that. So when her phone is on do not disturb, I can't get through because I'm no longer on her favorites as her mom.
Oops. Well,
but I'm paying the motherfucking phone bill. I told her to try it when you go off to school. Try it if you want to.
What you gonna do? Drive down there to beat her ass?
Said, no, I'm gonna hit that little data button.
No, she not.
Turn off her data.
She been threatening that for 13 years. She ain't gonna have. Baby, I need some liquid in my stuff. In the oven. Y'all excuse me. I'm cooking dinner too. You the executive producer. You have to do all the behind the scenes stuff. Come on, man. Come on now. Don't do that. Tarsha says my family in both of them. I'm sorry, babe. Anyway, Tarsha says my family is deep. We don't do none of that from first cousin to fifth, sixth. We ride for each other. I agree. Well, that's on my mother's side. On my sperm donor side, I don't fuck with none of them. So it don't. Well, I'm lying. It's a couple cousins I might speak to if I know who they are. I don't know very many of them. I know a couple of them, so I'll speak to them. But you know, if they called me and needed something, those two that I know, I would. But for those others, I'm just like, man, I don't even know who the Sam you are. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Sharika said, I never had an altercation with my first cousins, but I have fought a sixth cousin. Girl, go on, tell her story. Wait. Jonathan said, oh, she's my type of petty. Which one? Keisha or Pickle? Because we know you and Pickle are thick as thieves. Like, Pickle has taken you as her self-proclaimed uncle, and you can't tell her no different. Sharika said, I tore her ass up because she showed her ass off at J.S. Clark. Girl, you was fighting her at J.S. Clark, 8th grade. So I whooped her up and was waiting on her sisters and her fat ass mama. Now, girl.
Wait a minute. Keisha said the peacemaker has tuned in. Oh, the third cousin is watching.
That is not what Keisha said. Keisha said, Pookie.
We are not saying
Y'all say it again, Keisha. Pookie.
Oh, geez.
Well, what's Geraldine's nickname?
Y'all
got everybody else's nickname in here?
Geraldine ain't gonna be texting me.
Okay, fine. Tarsha says my petty would trump her petty. If my children don't answer my text and calls, I turn off the service and mark the phone. So ask Hannah Burton. Ask Hannah Burton about doing something she wasn't supposed to do and calling me from the school office phone, talking about, Mom, my phone don't work. And I was like, oh, for real? Something wrong with it. I said, really? What you think wrong with it? Oh, no. What you think? You'll call AT&T? I said, I turned your data off. Now, play with me again, goddammit. Play with me about some phones I'm paying for, and I'll shut that shit off every time. Keisha said, I forgot Geraldine the Tears cousin. Don't play with her about her nickname. Don't put it in.
We don't play with that like that.
Well, what's Joyce's nickname? Don't even mention Joyce on this live.
Don't do it.
Don't even mention Joyce on. Let's keep moving right along. Let's keep moving right along. Mr. John said, I have something ongoing with the Houston branch. Younger cousin hit his aunt, my first cousin husband, and my aunt, the aunt's mom and the cousin, grandmama's birthday party. Bust his head and came at me. He got arrested later and we letting him sit. That is too much, Mr. Johnson. Like,
but you know what? I can honestly say,
I promise you, if any of us got into a fight in front of Louise and Louise saw it, she'd pick up her gun.
You know, I can honestly say, I don't ever remember the Fergusons having a fight. The cousins. Now, them uncles.
Them aunts like to fight y'all,
huh? Hey.
My bad.
I said the cousins.
Oh.
Now, the cousins get along. Stay focused. But,
I'm talking about, Mr. was talking about aunts.
We talking about cousins. I don't think the cousins have ever had a fight.
Y'all ain't nothing like an adult social. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention. I'm focused, but this is adult, so my bad. Let me put that down. Jonathan Ellison says, I fought a cousin for not handling his business with his father. Wait. And I threatened to bomb, shoot. I don't really know what that is. My cousins, if they came to the hospital using my mother's heart surgery as a publicity stunt. Yeah, now that, and y'all know, my grandmother's in the hospital right now. I am not up there right now.
Let's go back to your Aunt Amy.
I am not at the hospital right now. My grandmother, please, hey, before we go any further, keep my grandmother in your prayers. I was up there with her all night, and doctor didn't come in too late. She's doing well. So just keep her in your prayers. Everything's going good.
Yeah,
she almost 85 and strong. Free wheezy because she don't like hospital food, hospitals, or the people that's taking care of her. But she's doing the best, giving you the best that I got. So thank you. We have never, but them uncles, aunties, oh Lord, fight down in the yard quick.
Although Wayne and that uncle had a fight. Remember that fight that
Wayne, your brother and one of your uncles had a fight?
Yes. And Keisha, you might not have been there for that fight. That was at Grandpa's funeral. That
I never understood people fighting at funerals. I understand emotions are high, but
Grandma Yard. Jardine remember that fight because Aunt Bobby got knocked down. And they're like, yeah.
Aunt Bobby didn't come up swinging? Where was her stick?
She didn't need the stick then.
Oh, okay. She should have came up with her damn stick. Because I would have.
2003.
Q said, take her. What's up, Q? I can't take her no Southern classes. She on restrictive diet right now. She already tripping. Thank you. What's up, Patrick McGee? Yes. Yeah, her blood pressure. So anyway, I can't take her no Southern classes right now, but I did take my mama some, and hey, it is.
Now,
let me say something right quick. Let me get off track. Southern Classic for an 8-piece family meal, $40.
Well, remember the 3-piece combo we got? It was $15.
Southern Classic is higher than giraffe pussy. I'm about to go. Okay. Now, what you was about to say? Now, the burden's what?
I have never seen the Burton cousins get it, so that's because y'all all crazy and all y'all stay high. Y'all not high, but y'all like y'all.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Y'all partaking edibles and libations when y'all get together.
Hold on. We all.
So when y'all get together, y'all too busy.
All you birds, tag Tyler, tag Hannah, tag Marlon and Janika.
I have never seen Tyler do whatever.
Tyler, he'll get drunk with the best of us. Come on now. Tyler went to a PWI. He lived in Utah.
So
all him and Brandon did was drink.
Together is all about libations and edibles. What you got, cuz? What you got?
Every time.
I have never seen y'all not do that at a function or whatever y'all get together. So I have never seen y'all either mad. You are the only hot-headed one that you.
All of them are hot-headed. Don't do that. All of them are hot-headed. All of us will. We all got the same. We Louise grandchildren. Red Cup gang all day, T. You better tell them. Yeah. Look, she talking about, listen, the birds I grew up with are the nicest ones. Are you referring to me? So, Cynthia, I'm not the nicest one? Like, I thought I was the best when the best wasn't around.
Tasha want to hear your story about
Tasha, don't worry about all that. Anyway, so Johnson Q says, oh, baby, the fight at my grandfather's funeral. Keisha says, show did. Oh, but Gus and your mama and Richard tussled in the yard? Keisha, you got to drop that story. Johnson says, I understand the funeral fights, tension are high. I understand to a degree, but I guess for me, it just never. I don't know. Our people weren't allowed to say dumb shit because Louise would look at you in her most proper tone and say, um, something like, "Are you serious? This is not how we are going to do." And again, no, you don't. You ain't met Louise. Y'all don't know. And again and again. It's not again. It's again. I haven't. Patrick McGee says I haven't had a grown people fight with my family, but a first cousin almost got these hands at my grandmother's 103rd birthday. Um, Oh my gosh. It's about okay. How you gonna have the room smell like chicken and don't give grandma no chicken? She wasn't at the hospital. My mom was at home. I took her to the house. Grandmother can't have it. What's good evening, Cheryl? Cynthia said we were scared of Mrs. Burton, and you still better be scared of 5 foot nothing right now today, because she packs a pistol. Back then she was packing a shotgun. I'm just saying that's how I met OJ. He used to ride my grandmother's bus. Yeah, okay. That's the end of that story. Tarsha, my aunt and I, okay, let me quick story, I gotta move on. So Auntie Sean, y'all that know my Auntie Sean and know how proper and Snapper. Yeah, nobody calls her that but Uncle Mark. We don't have nicknames in the family. So I'm gonna tell so my Auntie Sean, I grew up like a younger sibling of my mother's siblings, although I'm their niece. So Auntie Sean and I are 7 years apart. Proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So she and I were upstairs and something was going on. She asked me to make a tape for her. You know how you used to have to play and record from the radio and press and record the whole and the pause. And she didn't like the way it is. And I was like, you shouldn't have been trying to go hunt to it or whatever. So she hit me. We're upstairs, guys. She hit me and took off running. So for those who have been to my grandmother's house, it's bedroom, bathroom on the other side of the house, hit me, boom, took off running out of my bedroom, right? So instead of going through the big bedroom, she cut through the middle bedroom to get closer to the bathroom, right? But remember, I've been 6 feet since I was about 11 years old. I said, hell no, nigga. I took off running after her. Shoot, 2 steps, I'm behind her. Well, remember the old polo shirts that used to have a hook on the back of the shirt? Yeah, that was me. I grabbed that hook, got my finger in it. You see, long hands. Grab that hook, snatch that ass back. So by then we had made it in the hallway, close to the closet in the bathroom. Well, she tried to get away. Well, you can't get away from me. I always been a big motherfucker. So I took her and threw her ass in the wall, and she got stuck, y'all. Don't tell nobody else this story. My uncle Mark tells this story all the time just to piss her off, y'all. Still to this day. Snapper, you remember when Duke threw you in the wall? And I'd be like, we good now. We real close. So she got stuck in the wall. So she was like a roach in the wall, right? You see me like a roach in the wall, right? So she's stuck. So my other aunt, who is the oldest girl under my mom, Auntie Rob, was like, help me get her out this wall. I said, no, motherfucker. I ain't finna help you get nothing. She shouldn't have hit me and took out running. So she in the wall, stuck like this. So Auntie Kim, who was the baby, who was like 4'11", y'all didn't know her, stuck in the wall, WWE SmackDown. She comes up there, she's trying to help get her off the wall. So Auntie Robin is still yelling at me, help get out. I'm like, I ain't helping you do shit. She should not have hit me and took out running. So I went and laid on the bed like this. I was about 13 when this happened. So I was like, shit, I ain't gonna get her out the wall. However, my grandmother got off work at 3:30 in the morning, you know, back when General Motors had those real hours. We were like, hey, they finally got her out the wall. So we were like, we got to put something over this hole just in case. How we thought we were going to cover it? We dumb, young, stupid. Okay, cool. My aunt finds a picture, big picture, to put over the wall. The bottom half of the wall still got the big hole in it. You can see it. We hear wheezing. We hear the garage come up 3-something in the morning. Boom. I already know I'm in the bed like this. Look at my face, people. Oh, here she come, y'all. We're like, Weezy never comes upstairs when she gets off work. It's late. She tired. She gonna go get her a little bite to eat, go to bed. Her ass comes upstairs to use the bathroom. And I'm like, why you come upstairs? Y'all sleep up here? Nobody moves, right? Nobody moves, nobody get hurt. We hear her go in the bathroom. Now the bathroom is off the bedroom I'm sleeping in. She go in the bathroom. Hear the water come on, hands wash. Ah, water off. We hear her coming out the bathroom. I hear her step into my bedroom. So I'm thinking I'm clear because she hadn't seen it. That motherfucker foot hit that bedroom floor. Who in the fuck? This is me. Get up! Everybody get up. So at this point, yeah, I got an ass whooping. And so they told. Adrian did. I said, she hit me first. So yeah, I have fought an aunt. But I was young. We hadn't had a fight in our adult years, and we're very close today, and that's neither here nor there. Mind your business. So don't anybody else tell that story. Let's move on. All I will say is, don't hit me. I won't hit you. Keep your hands to yourself, and we'll all get out of this alive. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, enough of storytelling time. Next subject. Let me move on, fellas. The honorable trap gentleman gone.
Hey, boys, Jonathan Ellison.
Big trap uncle in the house.
What's going on, man? What's
Hey,
up
let me
with
tell
me?
you something. You ain't
What's
gonna get
up?
my booty wet. Don't be coming here with that. What's
Man, you so
going
fucking
on?
stupid. You caught me between
Hello,
breathe.
sir.
You caught me between breathing and yawning, man. You play too fucking much.
This is
Ah,
this the problem right here. He come in with the voice and everybody panics fall. Let me see.
look,
What did Kim? I saw a comment by Ken Walton. I can't find it. Facebook is tripping. Look, y'all. So look at this picture. Fellas, this is your job's HR manager. She says she's supposed to let you go today. But if you lay it down, you know what that means. Put the pipe down. Once a month, she'll reevaluate in 6 months. What do you do? For my ladies, your man tells you of this offer. You strongly depend on his income, and there is no way to trap or sue her or the company. What advice do you give him? The job pays over $110,000 a year. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Big Trap Uncle, I'm waiting for this comment. What do you do? Hey,
uh,
Chan.
man, look. So you say what? 110 G's.
100, but she is dependent. Your woman is dependent on your income.
She better go get her job.
Okay. So do I get any bonuses along the way, or we just depending on that 110 G?
She says she
Well,
gonna reevaluate you in 6 months.
And you gotta hit it once a week, once a month.
Once a month. It's only once a month.
once a
Okay,
month? That's
look.
it. Oh
Suppose
yeah, I'm gonna
you
go on
hit
and
it
take that.
once.
I'm gonna go
Wait
on
a
and take
minute.
that. No, I'm gonna take that.
Suppose you hit it once a month. Suppose you hit it the first time and it ain't good. Then what?
Well, here's the thing, sweetheart. That's got a cost on it. We out here hitting regular pussy for free. So let's not do that. We got to put a
Listen.
cost on this. So
Hey, the honorable trap
110,000.
uncle. Trap uncle.
Look,
No, that's
hold up.
not what I'm saying. Not that she ain't good. What if your sex to her ain't good? Then what?
Too
Ah.
late. She signed a contract. I don't even care. You signed a contract. You agreed. You didn't say it had to be good. You just said I had to give you some. So at least be
Well,
careful
you
with
can
your
say
words. Be
what
careful.
then.
Be
Be
careful with
be
your
careful
words.
with your words. Be careful with your contracts. That's the problem right now.
Hey, I ain't gonna
Everybody
lie
out
to
there.
you. I ain't gonna lie to you. My sex worth more than 110,000 a year now.
That's why. Look, that's why I was questioning. I was like, do we get a bonus? Are we looking
Yeah.
at a pay raise
You
or something like that? There, because
You
guys,
can't put
shit,
no price on
I
my
damn,
baby sex
I
over
can
here.
damn.
You
oh,
can't
you
put
better tell him.
you can't put no price tag on this over here.
Look, they gonna have to look. They gonna have to come with a pay raise or something, because times hard. We got
Well,
inflation.
Tarsha, well, we got conflicting stories here. Trina Brown, what's up? Trina says no, because she's not going to stop. In 6 months, she's going to come up with something else. However, Tarsha says 110,000 in Shreveport. I'm pimping my man out once a month. Now, Tarsha, you ain't shit. I'm just gonna look in the camera and tell which camera. I'm just gonna tell you ain't shit. Come on, Tarsha, you can't pimp him out like that. You can't pimp Mister out like that.
Ain't no price over here, so ain't no amount of money worth my boo over here.
Go ahead.
You can't put no price on this.
You see it.
We ain't got that decent proposal over here. I'm sorry.
Now, hold on.
Well,
Let's reevaluate this. In the movie Indecent Proposal, he offered this man $1 million for one night with his wife.
I'm sorry.
You would say no?
I would say no.
Come on, put it right there. Come on.
Wait,
That's why I said put it right there.
Wait, we turning down $1 million for one night?
We are.
Oh, okay.
That thing will be fire.
Yeah.
Once you give them a little taste of it,
I ain't gonna lie to you, baby. For $1 million, they can at least
Shit.
Keisha, J.E., come on, help me out, man.
Look, $1 million. This is good. I'm supposed to put this meat on the track for $1 million. Shit, ain't no use of me bullshit.
Jonathan, for $1 million, you gonna put it right on her forehead.
On her forehead, dude. Like, let's be very clear. Do you know how many I want to take back from my past? And I'm supposed to turn down $1 million? Hell no, cuz shit. Now let's be real. Shit. God damn, I don't woke up now. No, shit.
Come here, Shayla. I'm just saying, baby, $1 million? What's up, Tanya? We talking about $1 million. Tarsha said we not married. I'm just
That is $100,000. Like, for
Tarsha
real. Like,
said we not married though. I'm just hunching naked head. Make your money. Patrick McGee, $1 million. I'm showing out. Mr. Marcus Booty Talk 23. And if y'all remember Mr. Marcus, you can. That's not on, baby.
After you do that one night of whatever with him, that is forever ingratiated in your head. You can't ever
in his head or in your spouse's head.
Whoever head.
I'm gonna have to go and get it out my head then. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's different.
But it has to be $1 million cash. Like you got to be able
right. Tax free, million free. Right here. Right.
I'm a visual person, and what you fail to understand, it's different if I invite somebody. If I say, you see that right there?
That can come home.
They can come home. It's different if I invite somebody in, and that's something that I'm wanting inside. I'm allowing to come in. But somebody who's saying, I'll give you $1 million for one night only, that might not be something that I want. But after that $1 million or whatever it is, after that one night, I still have that in my mind.
Well,
so
baby, I'm like the boy. I'm like the boy in the movie. We can buy the farm back with that $1 million.
For real.
Clear.
I'm just
Girl
saying.
Pam. Look, your cousin say all holes open. ATP tax free cash.
Tax free $1 million.
Yes, 1 million. If it was 1 million cash tax free, y'all bring me my duffel bag.
Right.
I got a house of DPL bag that it can fit in.
The real shit.
So
I guarantee.
Risk it all.
Baby, I ain't gonna risk it all. No, I ain't gonna risk it all. But I'm gonna bring the. I'm gonna bring. Well, if you leave, can you take the dogs with you? Because I don't want to be fooling with no dogs about your cash.
But Pam.
Don't bring it home.
Pam, let me ask you something. Now, considering what $1 million is right now, and for just one time, this is the thing. We ain't going in there with a solid mind frame or nothing else like that. We ain't in there trying to marry them or nothing like that. You're saying one interaction, one intersexual interaction with that motherfucker, and then you're walking out with $1 million in cash. Do you know the fucking 1983 rap video that I'm about to shoot in the front yard after the motherfucker handed me $1 million in cash? Like real nigga shit.
Did you say you gonna bring out the Caprice?
Look, I'm pulling this bitch out. I'm pulling it out. I'm going to walk in the house and be like, baby, I miss you. I was thinking about
As a
you.
whole,
What
I
happened?
promise you, it's just
Everything
business.
else.
In my
It
mind,
was
it's
a
just
business
business.
transaction. But
It
the thing
could be
is,
that
have you
way, but
ever?
then it could not be.
But have you ever played in money? Have you ever played in cash before?
Now girl
Yeah.
Pam don't. That ain't girl
Let me.
I
Pam
mean,
thing.
I have held
No, but I'm
a
saying
bucket
like
hat. I
play.
used
But
to
you are
count.
so
We have
serious,
I have counted out $500,000
right? But no, we talking about
But play
playing in
in
like
it.
threw it
But
on the
just
bed
play
and
in it.
hunched
Right.
on it.
Right.
Don't
Just
say
play
it.
in
No, never.
No,
it. Yeah, see, I know
Look,
you ain't ghetto fabulous and hood like
hey,
we
let
is.
me
See, we
look.
see
Let
some
me
hood
look in the
good.
camera right now and say this: why she the missus? Because I know for a fact you can try and entice her as much as you want. She is gonna turn her nose up at
Oh
your
yeah, she
ass.
ain't breaking. She ain't breaking.
First, first lady of petty ain't trying to hear nothing
She ain't
y'all saying.
breaking. Not at
She ain't
all.
break, and she means that, and that's why
Right,
you the
for
missus.
real.
That's why you at where you are.
For real.
No, Mr. John said folks getting smothered out at bachelorette and bachelor parties for free. Patrick McGee said, "Yeah, I still got it in my mind too. Like, what could I have done to get it?" That's what I'd be thinking because I'd hit, and I'd be thinking in my mind, this stroke finna give me a billion. This tongue lashing finna get us for life. We finna be set. That's all I be thinking in my mind. And then I'm going home to my baby and be
Especially
like, Pat, you ain't
especially
even
with
got a
the
pack. Just get on the plane.
my
especially
only
with the
problem, like
option
you
for
say, is more and more behind it. What makes you stop? What makes
ain't
you
no
stop?
more and more behind it. I
Ain't
ain't
no
got to
more.
have that person number in my phone or none of that. What
You
I'm
don't
saying
have
is
to, but
for
what
that,
stops that person from coming back?
It don't matter.
it don't
The hell
matter
with them.
unless
The hell with them.
unless there's another $1 million on the table. That's it.
Unless it, no.
And see, that's the thing. When you're dealing with certain personalities, if they have that personality in them to say this was transactional, you got to think about the mind of a prostitute or an escort or whatever.
Right.
That is transactional. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I want. Unless they got another million in cash that they come with, I'm not serving up no more meat. I'm not doing no
There you go.
sexting. I'm not doing no
Right.
communication. I'm not gonna run into them nowhere and be
Because
like, "Oh, I miss you." Fuck all this shit. You
because
got
think
another
about it.
million.
Once you got the million in cash, my sex can be trash. If you go tell somebody, "Hey, B sex is trash," I don't
I
care.
got a
So
million out of it.
I got a
I
million
got
out of it.
$1 million out of it. Now let's talk about this. If it's a situation to where this motherfucker love to me so good, she want to give me 1 million a week, baby, I need you to work with me on this. We just get 1 million a week. Do you know what we
If we
doing?
can get a million a week for 52 weeks, baby, we
Shit,
don't never have to worry about nothing.
shit. For real.
And
Let me go.
these little snot nose ass brats don't mean
For
nothing.
real. Please let me knock the sun. Let me knock the sun grains out of her for real for a year.
Look, yeah, you've had an indecent proposal. Sharika said it best. That's too much thinking in place. When it's a transaction, it's a sell and buy.
Swear to
That
God.
is it.
Swear to
Sell and
God.
buy. That's
Swear to
all I
God.
care. I don't care what nobody has to say. ABK,
For
good.
real.
Your mammy came
Right.
up.
Right.
Now say something else. I got your money.
For real. I got this money.
I
Cash
got your
free.
money.
Look, tax free.
Now
Cash
I'm
in
telling
hand.
you,
For
that
real.
cash in front. And if you tell me I can get a million a week for the next year, well,
Hey, look at him.
don't say it. Don't do it. We'll talk about it later. If they step, Jonathan, don't start. You can't laugh when I'm in my serious tone. You got to be like that. That's right. We'll talk about it later, girl. Pam, cause
We'll have a discussion later. We'll talk.
Candace Nicole said I swim in that shit, and Tarsha been on board since the beginning. She talking on everything. I'm gonna motion him down, slap him on our ass as he walks.
This one right here be like, now,
baby, I would not do.
get this money.
Baby, I would not do anything you were not comfortable with, and you gave me the green light to do. See,
I mean,
I'm a changed woman.
I would give you the green
See what
light.
I'm saying? Wait, think about all them Gucci and Louis purses. How many more Gucci and Louis purses you can
I mean,
Well,
if you wanted to do it,
You like diamonds. Look at that diamond.
right. Right.
You would give me the green light to do it for the sake of the house, for the sake of the home.
But I myself
Hey,
wouldn't do it.
Any of you
Well, hey,
Jeff Bezos looking motherfuckers out there that
look
got
here,
100
for
billion
real, for real.
in the account, call me. But if you look like Jeff Bezos, y'all know you can't touch me with your meat. I get you a boy.
I had a question.
Okay, yes.
So this morning,
Jonathan, ignore me. It's been a day.
This morning I was listening to the Ricky Smiley show.
Yes,
and
okay.
I didn't hear this.
Hold on. So with Pam, before you answer, so would Pam need to watch? She wouldn't be involved at all. She would not want to be involved.
I'm
she would expect me to do my job.
And this one right here that I know she gonna do what I know they gonna leave us satisfied. But I don't need to watch. But I would be okay watching, but I don't need to watch.
No. Okay, you were listening to Ricky Smiley.
So I was listening to the Ricky Smiley show this morning. I didn't hear this on social media that when DeBrat and BB Judy announced the race of their sperm donor, you know, the race of their sperm donor is a white male. Oh. And she discussed it on the Ricky Smiley show because she had been given so much backlash of why she didn't use a black person. She said that when they went through the sperm donors and all the genetic testing, that they could not find. The only black person that they were compatible with said he looked like Jiminy Cricket, and she didn't want it.
But was he intelligent? And was
she
he well off?
Past the fact
how
that he looked
Jiminy Cricket.
She said because her body had a couple of traits that he also had, and it was a possibility that not him, but the other black man had, and his wife had. There was a possibility that the baby could have had
or something like
diseases.
that.
So it narrowed it down to one black man, and she said the black man looked like Jiminy Cricket.
Well, black men are not as inclined
to be sperm.
Look, Jan said she hollered when she read that. Mrs. said he heard that too.
And that's what she did. And she said she told her story to encourage black men to become sperm donors. She said her choice was either Caucasian or Asian. And she said she went with the Caucasian because she said she didn't want her baby to look so unlike her. Because think about an Asian and a Blasian would look completely.
Well,
with the white man.
I don't know how I feel about
that. She
was
encouraging black men to be. She said, if you really want to do your part for more black women, become sperm donors. She said because there's a lot of black women out here who don't have people to be sperm donors, and they don't want to use somebody that they know. She said that more and more women are having fertility problems, so she was encouraging black men to become sperm donors. So the men that are on the line, on our podcast, what do you feel about becoming a sperm donor? And
fellas, Mr. McGee has already handled. He said one about the sperm donor. I heard that too. If you want this sperm from the Lord, you got to pay me. But on the other thing, my wife said that kind of money she wants to supervise.
Now,
on the
meaning she would want to watch Mr.
No, she would want to supervise, I guess, the transaction.
Oh yes,
the account. Oh yes,
the account. The account.
Any money. Anything dealing with money. Now about Brad and BB Judy. Well, Trina says, why does it matter? So my situation is this. People make babies by accident with monster-looking, broke, trash-ass men all the time.
But that's just it. They got money, and she said that when they went to a sperm donor, of course, they had a choice to choose. And so she said because she had a choice to choose, she went through all the people, and it was her choice.
I don't know. I don't know.
If I agree, I think this. If I'm gonna pay all this money for fertility treatment, if I'm gonna pay thousands of dollars to get the sperm, then I'm gonna get something I like.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I would choose something that I like.
But
I just.
Well.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Hold on, before you answer, Mr. Johnson said he was asked last year and said nah, because he doesn't want kids just roaming this planet. Jonathan, would you be a sperm donor for someone?
No.
I'm
That's
saying
it.
if it was just a business transaction,
Right,
same as
right,
the
right.
indecent proposal.
No, no, absolutely. I think I could be because of the situation of knowing that whoever that is, they really want a child. I think I could
Mm,
do that. The whole thing about having kids roaming or whatever like that. I mean, that's what we got going on in the world already. So I ain't
yeah.
tripping on that shit. Um, but the whole thing with Judy and the brat. Um, I wish they could have actually done their homework first before they got the spurting out shit about the Caucasian Asian thing. Because one of the things I can tell you is if y'all wanted a more black looking baby, a lot of Asian people came from the Sun Tribe,
Come on
which
now.
was out of South Africa.
Come on now.
So again, I wish people would done their homework before they started spouting out stuff. My other problem is if you have that kind of money, you're telling me that you only checking for sperm donors in Atlanta? Like you
And
telling me out of the whole United States of America,
right.
if
You
y'all
only
are spending
found
that kind
one
of
black
money,
person.
that the black folks that you're only running into are the geek nerd, whatever goofy looking, whatever
Jiminy
like
Cricket
that.
looking motherfucker. You could have asked one of your male friends that you're
She
close to.
talked about. She
Yeah,
said she didn't want to complicate that by wanting to
But
ask
women are
somebody she
surrogates
knew
all the
that.
time. Why couldn't he be a surrogate
with
sperm
the
She
donor?
said she didn't
white,
want to complicate the relationship with any man that she knew and have
That
them.
just sounds like you want a light
yeah.
skinned, pretty haired baby to me. I
I
don't
feel like
know.
I feel like for
Mm-mm.
the most part, she should have just not even said and just let it be what it is.
Yeah,
And
because why do we have to know? The both of them
Well,
light bright.
everybody kept saying, "Well, who was your sperm donor? Who was your sperm
Well, but
donor?"
what she didn't have to answer anything. They're a
right,
lesbian couple. She didn't have to say
Well,
anything.
when they did this whole gender reveal, and
But
then
they spent $1 million on the gender reveal. You can spend $1 million to keep your mouth shut
they kept it.
about who the
right,
sperm
So
donor
I
was.
think they
right,
revealed who where they got the sperm from and who it was.
Um,
And so, they're on this big TV show. They got their own reality show,
and
so
that's
they
why I
tell
wouldn't
her.
have told. I mean, I now don't get me wrong because people be like, you tell too much of your business. No, I share real life situations with you from our
situation,
household in order
right,
to maybe help someone else that doesn't know, especially if you're a
right,
same sex relationship. It's
right,
so many taboo mindsets and thoughts, and so people just automatically assume it's this way, it's one way, it's not, and it's totally not what you think. Our relationship is more normal than most heterosexual relationships because we're in a household. We see heterosexual relationships breaking up all the time, and I just be like, "That's what
right,
y'all broke up for." So we just put
right,
our life story out there to try and help somebody else. But if I had the money that Brat, not let me take that back because Brat, she got a little money, she ain't got no money. If I had the money BB Judy had,
right,
then I know I
right,
could keep my business to a minimum in these streets, and I could only tell you, what I wanted to tell you. To me, I just don't feel like they had to tell
right.
the sex of the relationship. Which now that we're speaking on kids, answer me this question, guys. So Brian McKnight, we all know who he is. We love his voice. We love his music. He has been revealed as being
An arrogant ass. So
see
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
An arrogant ass. So we know that he has children from his previous marriage, that he has documented that he does not have a good relationship with. However, his new wife, I guess, had a child previously, and he has taken on that child, and then they had a child together, I guess. And so now he is saying, "You made me a girl dad," which I believe he already had a daughter, but he did not have a relationship. So the question was brought up, why is it that men take care of children that are not theirs a lot of time better than they take care of the children that are theirs? And we can speak openly about that because we've had this discussion about a sperm donor and how he took on his stepkids and was like, I got to do this for my stepchild. I got to do this for my grandchild. And we were like, grandchild? How the hell you got a grandchild?
And you
And
ain't got but
and
one child.
and you don't have but one child and you do nothing at all for that child. So
I wish men would tell me is that when you divorce your spouse why is it that you also feel that you divorced the child?
Because they divorced you, because you no longer give them cat. I'll answer that. Guys don't have to answer that, please.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it might not make sense, but I'm telling you why a lot of them do that.
If we divorce each other, you did not divorce that child. That doesn't make any sense to me. You did not divorce that child. And then when that child is adult and grown, you want to come back and say, well, your mama took me. No, the natural order of things is that a child goes with the mother unless that mother is deemed unfit.
Listen to me.
That
Guys,
makes no sense.
Yes, Cynthia, I agree. That is true. Jonathan, going to school on you wouldn't those men that we know wouldn't do that. Because we know good men. We know great black men.
Pam and whoever else.
I have a brother that, my oldest brother is a great father. Although, him and his child's mother were never married. From the moment he had this little girl, he used to be up walking around with her because she was a very colorful little baby. All she did was cry. But he'd be walking around with this little baby, sweating all day long with this little baby from the moment she was born. And she is now 27, 28 with 3 babies of her own. He has always been a great father. This little girl had never wanted for anything. He has been an excellent father. They have never.
But that's
been
a different breed of man that we're
talking
about as well.
What is wrong with that? I lived in a house with you. We were married for 14 years.
He was just a trash individual.
I decided to divorce you. Why did you divorce your daughter? And now that your daughter is 18, finna go off to college, now you want to come back into life.
Everybody wants to speak on the accolades. Everybody wants to say, look at my child. She's an honor student. She a 4.3. She's
you got to learn to look into. You got to learn to look at a character of a person. I mean,
is it wrong that you don't allow? And why is it wrong that you don't allow that father to be that father?
I'm not saying it's wrong, but I allow at a certain age you have to allow the child to make the decision.
And so when you allow the child to make that decision, and when they say no, I don't want you there, then you at that point in time you cannot penalize the custodial mother saying you need to make that child. No,
only ignorant.
But see what the thing is, they can't make you though. That's one of the things you got to understand. You know the job that you've done as a mother. So at the end of the day, stop worrying about what somebody didn't do, because that person has no type of leverage to tell you what to do after all the work you've done. So the thing is, once you understand is you have the Disney story, the white picket fence story, then you have fucking reality. Reality is if the motherfucker does not have the character to be the nigga that he was supposed to be when it comes to taking care of their child, guess what? They have no say so, they have no leverage. Long as you let them know they don't have no leverage, then that's just where they at. I get that you saying you don't understand how a person can be like that. But at the same time, for it to be angelic great folks in this world, they are trash ass humans too. That's what you got to own up to.
The sad part of it is, it's some deadbeat mamas out here too.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, absolutely.
I won't. That's something we need to talk on.
Raggedy
stop just pointing out deadbeat ass dad and start pointing out these ragged ass mamas. Because most times the mama have custody, so a lot of these ragged ass children we see, they mama's ragged as hell, and that's why the children ragged as hell. Speak on it. A couple of conflicting comments. Sharika said he is a mess, and how he named his other son Brian as well. What does that make him, a junior also? She got a story about 2 juniors.
I got 2 cousins that both of them, they are named after their dad. Both of them have the first and last name. And the grandmother said, so when the wife said she named, so the side baby.
Y'all, wait, we weren't ready to tell this story. Because this story. Hey, let me tell you
how this story goes.
You know your niece and nephew on here watching.
Oh.
Yeah, you better wait on that story.
So I got 2 cousins with the same name. They named after their uncle.
After their daddy, which
first and last name. Ain't neither one of them. They both juniors.
They both juniors.
With 2 different mamas.
With 2 different mamas. That ain't possible. Anyway, let's move on. Right. We got, hold on. Okay, yeah, Jonathan, take a deep breath because Jonathan is over. His engineer mind is trying to calculate how the
Look,
hell
I'm
you
like,
got
wait,
two people
what?
the same name, both named Junior with different mamas. Don't let it
Wow.
go.
Wow.
Yes. Chan says that man act like he don't have a single chromosome of DNA running through the blood of those kids. That's wrong as hell. Mr. Patrick McGee says, however, the Brian McKnight thing is this. He took care of his sons for years. He paid their rent. He told them they were grown. They got salty. Also, his wife already had money before him. She a doctor with a good report. Also, they said he got the car. No, they got the car for her. So Chan's question, Mr. McGee, is does that justify him acting like they don't exist? Trina Brown says sometimes them baby mamas hell too.
I don't think nothing justifies
Cutting your child
like,
off.
not necessarily cutting them off.
I mean, not to that degree where you disown them.
Preserve your own peace because
I agree.
sometimes our
boundaries with our children
can be disrespectful. And I am 45 years old, and sometimes I used to have to ask myself and ask Adrian, was I disrespectful to my mother? Because at a certain point in time, our mothers can revert to a childlike state. And sometimes we have to become mama. But we should never talk to our mothers like they're not still our mother. But in order to get our point across and to make them understand, sometimes you have to talk to them a different way. And I would always ask Adrian, was I disrespectful to my mother? Because I never wanted to be that way, even though
you were trying to get your point across.
I had to make her understand, Mama, you can't do that. I need you to do this because it was for her own safety, and she didn't want to listen. But at some point in time, you got to preserve your own peace. But that never means that you don't act like your child don't exist. It just means that you got to step back. But they're still your child.
If they call on you, you're still there.
You're still there. And you don't be like, they're not my children. They are forever and always still your child.
Mister, you know a lot of damn deadbeats in Monroe. He said, I know a deadbeat in Monroe that named both his daughters from different moms the same name. I know a deadbeat in Monroe that named both. Chan, to answer your question, and she said one might be a junior, one might be the second. They are both named Junior. They have the exact same name, both named Junior, two different mothers. Are they the same age?
No, one was born first.
I know, but they're like, what, 6 months, a year apart? How far apart are they? You don't remember? I just was curious. Oh, okay. He corrected the comment.
But, Michelle's brother is the oldest.
Right. I knew her brother was the oldest. Tarsha says, for my mother, I have to just get off the phone with her. Yes, because I can't talk to her like I need to. It is a level of respect that I have to step back so that I don't get out of line. I agree. Most times I have stepped out of line with my grandmother and cussed before because I was out of my mind and she was tripping completely out of her mind.
They are just alike.
Anyway, and so I did. We both had to go back and apologize to each other. It had never. We've argued before, but never to that point.
Can I ask a question about that Brian McKnight situation?
Yes, please.
Okay, so based on what Patrick McGee said, based on the information that we have, that we get secondhanded or whatever, what do we expect from Brian McKnight? Is it because of his social media that he's not doing this whole expression of whatever? Because here's my thing. If he does not have a good relationship with whoever the son or sons are, is him posting pictures acting like they in such great spirits be fake? And I ask this for a reason because here's my thing. If we look at the whole Master P and Romeo situation that took place.
Yes.
And when Master P was posting things, when it came to suicide and what his daughter went through when she, killed herself, and Romeo eventually got frustrated or whatever. Okay, if Master P been posting Romeo all this time, we didn't know all this time that him and Romeo had an issue when it came to money. And so it can be assumed that, well, damn, you've been posting Romeo like y'all good, but what is that? Was that a fake
Was all of that fake that we've
fake.
seen over the
So
years?
here's my thing: did we want Brian McKnight to post those other kids if they didn't have a good relationship? Because again, I think we did too much into social media and what that is and everything else. But I think if you don't have a good relationship with somebody, I'm not just supposed to be posting you just to be posting you for the gram or for Facebook or just to pretend like I got something going on or posting pictures of us together, knowing that my son would actually like to run me over with his car than to ever stand next to me and look at me. So I don't know. I think sometimes we need to take a seat back sometime and look at things through multiple lenses instead of just always going, oh, well, he's so wrong. Now, if his children hadn't done anything to him fucked up and he just a regular human that don't represent his children or whatever, then hey, may the good Lord take care of him and do whatever he gonna do to him. But at the same time, we don't have all of the pieces to the story. We kind of need to chill out.
Yeah. And then let me say this, because I agree with you on that. I heard the story and I was like, well, they've always talked about Brian McKnight being a trash human behind the music and behind the voice and how he was such an asshole to interview and this, that, and other. I don't know. I've never met him. However, I will say this, when Jonathan made that point, because I know a guy that takes things from my social media page and posts it on his page as if he was there and saw these moments and were a part of these moments, and he's never been a part of these moments. So, like Jonathan said, we can see this two different ways because he uses my and people are always like, why don't you block him? For what? Because if you have to go that far to steal pictures from my page to post on your page, and when people ask you where was she, then they'll know you're a trash ass human anyway. So you can't fake your life forever. People will eventually see exactly who and what you are. So one thing I will say, that when you move on in a relationship and you get married, we're a blended family. So when you move on in a relationship and you get married, dynamics change, things change. We don't really know exactly behind the scenes. He may actually have a good relationship with his stepkids, or he may have a better relationship with his stepkids. Hell, at times I have a better relationship with Shayla than I have with my own, and not for anything, but just because mine are grown and they hard-headed as hell. They listen. Oh, but that does not negate the fact that I will cuss Shayla's ass out because Shayla get beside herself. I treat her just like she's one of mine, because she is one of mine. She ain't come out this cat, but I treat her just, I cuss her ass out and stop talking to her just like I cuss mine out and stop talking to him. I should, and I don't care. So, with that being said, look, guys, I have a question, and I wasn't sure about whether or not I wanted to bring this question here, but the hell with it. You know, we only live once, so.
When she say that, hold your mule, people.
If y'all report me and block me, then I'm gonna cuss whoever out I find out who it was. So I received a message. Should I just read the message? Let me go and post the message. I had to make sure I couldn't. Can y'all read that? I'm gonna let y'all read it.
What's up with
let Jonathan read it.
What's up with the secret sissy committee, right?
Jonathan, you gotta read that over without laughing.
Oh God, that's funny as fuck. Oh God damn.
He gotta take a deep breath. Okay, take a deep breath and go ahead.
All right, guys. What's up with the secret sissy committee running cattle pairs?
And by saying this, they were speaking on. They were speaking on several principals that they felt had been placed in positions in cattle parish. Let me go back to the comments. You're right. We got a lot of comments.
Wait a minute. So are we saying cattle parish schools? Is that what we're saying?
Okay. And as you can see, I received this message. This message is not for me. I may think it, but this message, I received this message. I'm just like, and they were like, can I ask anything on your podcast? I said, yeah, I tell you all to inbox me questions whenever you feel like it. And This
Oh
is the
boy.
question that I received. And so, um, Jonathan, I guess, well,
Oh,
Tarsha said who all on the committee. Candace
yes.
Nicole said, if I had kiddos, I'd do the same thing. Bones. Okay. Um, Patrick McGee, take him out. Patrick McGee says, hold the fuck up. OMG, what the fuck? Mr. Johnson was like, I was like, who got pics of Prater in a dress? Oh my God. Trina Brown says, my Lord, my Lord.
I have absolutely
Listen,
no
before y'all
insight.
start reporting my live and calling to see who I work for, look on my page. I work for me. Let's start there. Secondly, yeah, and girl Pam is not in education. And secondly, um, I have told people this is a safe haven. This is an open platform. Whatever questions you have, if you don't feel comfortable to ask them on my page, you are more than welcome to send them to my inbox. And Amy Davis Turner said, don't report. I'm ready to listen. Patrick McGee said, I'm confused. What is going on? Trina Brown says they are not lying. Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
You know I can go all day.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
as I asked and delved into this question, baby, you can take them out if need be. When I asked why this question was asked, they said it was because they noticed that a lot of gay men had been placed over schools within our school system, within Cattle Parish. I don't
Oh,
give a damn
wow.
if you gay, straight, black, white, or other, as long as you are doing your job and properly doing your job.
Correct.
However, some people, I know, baby, I say you can take them out. Although some people feel that um, they are being shown some favoritism. So, Jonathan, I'm going to ask, I know you don't have any kids in the system, so you don't have a dog in this fight.
I don't have no insight.
People
I'm
will.
still tickled at the question. I'm tickled at the question myself.
Mr. Johnson asked the question: are they all black principals? From my understanding, they are all black principals,
Oh wow.
male, and they're
Okay.
male principals. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
gotta be males because the word sissy talks about
Boy,
Girl,
a
Pam.
man.
the stuff that falls out her
Okay, I
mouth.
will say this. I'm going to have to do more research.
Yeah, for real.
I
Real talk.
have
Stay tuned for the next
I
podcast.
have a slight take on this. Um, and let me be very clear. I think people get caught up on the word gay and straight and hetero and homo. Nobody, it's 2023. Nobody really gives a damn what you're doing unless you're lying about it and you're potentially putting somebody in harm's way. Um,
Well, let me say this coming from I am a parent
okay. You're a
still for
parent.
the next 2 weeks
Okay.
of a child that's in cattle. I don't care if you gay, straight, black,
I want
white,
what's
or
best for
other.
my child.
If you
Right.
are teaching my child and you are running the
Right.
cattle system, as long as you have the best interest of my child and you are doing what's right for my child to further her education, I
However,
don't
Right.
care.
however,
It doesn't bother me,
right.
but unless you in this classroom and it's getting out of hand and my child gotta come home
There you go,
and
Trina.
tell me something about what happened in this class and she got questions about because although we are in the lesbian community, it's never in front of Shayla. She don't have a
Well,
question about what we doing.
Right.
So
And let's be clear, it had nothing to do with them being educated, articulated, and good principals or supervisors, perhaps. It had more to do with the influx of closeted principals they feel have been placed in position and why they've been placed in those positions.
they
okay,
feel
now that
like
make more
it's
sense.
favoritism, but it's because of the
Yes.
thing.
Okay, that make more
We
sense than
always
the
said
problem.
that
Right.
the
Yes.
superintendent had put his friends
I'm gonna
in position.
let you or Jonathan read Tarsha's question.
Tarsha's question.
Oh Lord.
So is it because the superintendent is closet? I don't know if it's because the superintendent is closet. I think it's more because the superintendent is all in their circle of friends. That's what
Okay.
I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say it's because he's causing.
Yeah, because we don't know that. And listen, disclaimer: we don't know that he's causing. We don't really
Right.
give a shit.
We
He has a
read.
wife and 2 children.
We're reading from a
Very
script.
attractive children at that. I'll say that. But
We're reading
yeah,
from
we're
a
reading
script.
from a script, and I don't care about that. But I do think it's because people may think that he is. Amy Davis Turner says, I think they have an issue with people who aren't that. And I think it's because they aren't, I think that they're noticing a trend that these people who have been getting placed in positions are not qualified. And that
Okay.
raises the flag and the question as to why do they keep getting placed at these schools? And so many qualified people are not getting placed.
Because reality is that could be a space. That could be a space of noticeable discrimination if or what or if that's the only people that you're pulling in and that is your group of people and they just happen to be gay. But if they're not qualified and they're not doing their job and that's the problem, then again, like like somebody said, it's less about them being gay, more about the concept that you got some nepotism that's going on and you pulling in people that aren't qualified, considering that the school system is already damaged.
Right.
Yeah, the school system already damaged. We don't need it no more fucked up than what it is. Yeah.
Right. Trina, I so agree. It's not the gayness, it's the rest of the other stuff. I just feel like if you're placed in a position, you should be qualified for that job. And if you're not qualified for that job, then get the hell out of the way and allow somebody who is qualified. Stop getting these promotions knowing that you don't have the qualifications to be in these positions. Sharika says a lot of favoritism is happening in Caddo. And Patrick McGee said, now this is Shreveport. Click capital of the state. Tarsha says, listen, I won't comment on the live. Oh, what was for me? I won't comment on live before the after hour show. I will let y'all know. What she put it in the comments? It wasn't for you to read, though. Well, hell, everybody else
everybody can read it too.
Text me. Qualified people are not able to fill the position just because they whatever. That's all you got is they get. Qualified people aren't able to fill the position. Oh, at this point, we need qualified teachers that love education and children in a protective manner and not a manipulative manner. Let them teach. I will say this, and you can go ahead.
I think a lot of the qualified people that are qualified to teach no longer want to teach.
Now, I will say that I have seen, he said unqualified. I have seen a mass exodus of educators. And let me say this. Let me look in this camera. The mass exodus of educators is because your children are fucking bad as hell.
It's not.
That's a lot of it. That's not the only. And they're underpaid. And they're
underpaid.
You spend $100,000 for a degree to go make $45,000 a year. That is absolute to deal with children that are special needs, that are hindered in some type of. Don't have discipline. And it's not it doesn't just start with the children. Let's start placing some accountability on these parents.
Exactly.
These parents have no accountability, no responsibility, no respect, no discipline of themselves. It translates to the children that you all are asking these educators to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Well, they're looking for the educators to raise their children. They're looking for the educator to do their job for them, and that's some bullshit.
You want the educators to raise your damn children after you have not raised them for the last 20 years, and then you send them to educators saying, do something with them. What you want me to do? Well, what the hell you want them to do?
And my thing is, and there's no incentive. It's no incentive. If you got over 100,000 in school loans or whatever that you're paying back, then you're telling me that you can't get placed in a school, which I am seeing happen in other countries and in other states. They are at least coming in and saying, if you give us at least 3 to 4 to 5 years of your commitment as a teacher, we will wipe out half of your loan. We will pay for it. We will do some of it. So my thing is, before we really get into trying to beat on folks because they get trained here or they start in and leave. I'm sorry. You motherfuckers do not pay enough for people to deal with y'all little musty ass,
Yeah.
smelly ass, raggedy attitude ass children. It just ain't
Look,
no money
let me
for it.
tell you what's funny. Your phone keep going out every word.
But the
It
thing
must
is,
know. You look. It must
you
knew to
can
cut me
worry
off.
about
That's
it
what it
that
was.
kids, and then you have to worry about kids fighting you,
Yeah.
parents trying to fight you,
Parents trying to fight you,
everybody.
children
So
trying to fight you,
it's
children telling
horrible.
other kids how they'll slap somebody. You just be like, dude, like this. Listen, I say this all the time. I feel, I really feel and pray for the educators and for the Black community as a whole. Because as I look around at our community and the children that are coming up within the system, especially within urban areas, we are shit out of luck. We are behind the gun, and it will only get worse. Parents are not educating themselves. Parents are not keeping. That might be my system. Parents are just allowing children to do, say, think, and feel however. Last year, a mama bought a gun to South. Right. You cannot expect these teachers to stay in these positions, maintain their certification, do all of this for your children, and the very least you all could do is to send them to school clean, to send them to school disciplined, mannerable, and respectful. That's not a lot to ask. When I look at some of the
Right.
children today and think about if I or Girl Pam or Jonathan or anybody that's on this live, if any of us would act the way I see children acting in the streets on these campuses today, we would have the shit slapped out of us. Our
Right.
asses beat
Right.
from the school to the bus to getting home to the neighborhood. And so at some point in time, you got to call a spade and say, yeah, your children bad as shit, but your parents are worse. And a lot of this falls on the parents. With that being said, Jonathan, I'm coming to you for your final thoughts, dear. Uh-oh. J.E., you on
Ooh.
there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just feeding.
Let me try and remove him and bring him back. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Final thoughts.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, as a
Okay, now we can hear you.
you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, just at the end of the day, just we can only do so much when it comes to these kids. It ain't much that we can really do. Um, being teachers, being advocates, being mentors as much as we can. So we need the parents to step in and do what they can. The Brian McKnight situation, I mean, shit, you can only do so much. Shit, hey, that's about all we can do for real. But other than that, yeah, just enjoy y'all week. Cinco de Mayo right around the corner. Enjoy.
Go. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry if you guys cannot hear me. We're having some internet issues. I know we have some weather that's supposed to be moving in, so it's going crazy around here. Our internet connection is bad, and I think Jay's connection was bad. Girl Pam, do you have final thoughts?
Um, no final thoughts, but stay easy, people.
After I do a little bit more research about that question I received, I will come back. End this live now. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget, tune in every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Facebook and YouTube Live, as we bring you another riveting episode of Something for the People podcast. My final thoughts, if you know, this nigga say his final thoughts is $1 million and she can have the meat. On that note, I'm out. Peace.
Thanks to the Ferguson girls for tuning in.
Thanks to the Ferguson girls for tuning in. Girl Pam, we got something for you. We might not be able to open it. We might not keep it. My baby said something to me. Her death anniversary was a couple of weeks ago. Open it right quick, babe. Her death anniversary was a couple of weeks ago. I was so disappointed that her gift did not make it here on time. But, I always try and have a backup plan. Girl Pam made a statement to me and said, babe, y'all know I'm a shoe head, especially a tennis shoe head, tennis shoes and dress shoes. Girl Pam said, babe, I have never had a pair of Jordans in my life. They were not able to buy them growing up. They could not afford them. I always have to have a backup plan. Like I say, I hate that my baby's gift is not ready and prepared in time. However,
you bought me some Jordans.
Go ahead. You know what it is. You know what it is. Spoil your people, baby. Your wife, children, parents, siblings.
My
first pair of Jordans. Happy Death anniversary again, baby. We love you guys. Peace. Take care.
Thanks.